Welcome back. Country artist Frank Ray, known for Country Look Good on You, will perform at the Rush Center tonight. Ahead of tonight's performance, though, Ray stopped by the Green Bay Police Department today for a meet and greet to discuss the impact of mental health awareness. He spent 10 years as a police officer before pursuing his dream of becoming an artist. He says that music played a critical role in how he would cope with the daily beat as an officer.
Music in general, I think, it's always been the sort of healing factor for anybody. It's an opportunity for you to kind of just escape whatever worry you're dealing with at that particular time.
Ray says he tries his best to honor all of his life experiences through his music.